One of the most iconic Y2K Nickelodeon series, The Amanda Show, is now marred in controversy.
The set would not feel the same when he would leave because, I think everybody was on their toes, scared.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're catching up with the cast to track how scandals have upended so many of their careers.
Amanda Bynes arrested, hauled out of her Midtown Manhattan apartment.
Arrested? Just wonder how low is the bottom?
Amanda Bynes. The Amanda Bynes we know today is practically unrecognizable compared to the young girl who headlined the hit Nickelodeon show over 2 decades ago. However, her transformation from it girl to tabloid punching bag can only be regarded as a cautionary tale of child stardom. Bynes proved to be one of the most promising young actors in Hollywood through performances as memorable Amanda Show characters like Judge Trudy,
Silence!
Penelope Taint,
I'm Amanda's #1 fan, please.
and Courtney. She scored several big roles in films like She's the Man and Hairspray.
Olivia. It's Olivia, right? Yeah. I'm gonna give you just a little advice. Okay. Enough is enough!
But in 2010, after filming Easy A, her acting career came to an abrupt halt. By 2012, Bynes' Twitter page was full of increasingly bizarre rants, and she had a number of run-ins with the law. Speculation about her well-being drove demand for vicious media coverage.
It looks like Amanda Bynes may be a schizophrenic.
With paparazzi only intensifying the duress the young woman was under.
Either way, Amanda, I wish you the best, Mom. Hey, for real.
Okay, wait.
No, I really wish you the best.
She was dropped by her publicist, agent, and lawyer, all before being placed in a conservatorship to address her substance use and spiraling mental health. 2018 was supposed to be the year of the comeback for the star, who'd suffered an intimately public breakdown all too common to child stars. Bynes was dolled up for a Paper Mag interview, but it was obvious to fans that something still wasn't totally healed within her.
Do you miss acting?
I do miss acting, and I actually have something surprising to tell you. I'm going to start acting again.
Yes!
She spoke out about body image issues that developed as a result of her time in front of the camera.
Whenever I see a paparazzi photo, the majority of the time, I look nothing like myself. I'm talking 16 chins, face looks completely different, and it's an all-around terrifying experience to look myself up online, quite honestly. Like, I'm about to cry just thinking about it.
She was placed on psychiatric hold as recently as 2023.
She actually waved someone down and told them she was going through a psychiatric episode. I think that was probably obvious to whomever she waved down because she was completely naked.
Recently, Bynes has popped up on a number of different social media pages to introduce a new style.
As to why I have a new look, I feel a lot better now about myself, and I'm so glad I had the blepharoplasty surgery. It was one of the greatest things I could have ever done.
Since re-emerging, Bynes has launched a podcast, produced a pop-up art show, and even created an OnlyFans intended to share personal content rather than salacious material. Unsurprisingly, many have been quite harsh regarding Bynes' metamorphosis, but true fans routinely come through to encourage her in all these ambitious journeys.
We're out here supporting our girl, Amanda. She's signing some hat here for some fans. There you go.
Only now has the narrative shifted from hot mess to victim of the press, public, and predatory industries.
Can I say I love you, Amanda?
While Bynes didn't appear in the 2024 documentary Quiet on Set, it was heavily implied by co-stars that she could have been inappropriately mistreated by adults behind the scenes.
Dan Schneider was very responsible for Amanda Bynes' career at that point, and they were very tied to each other, and I think she trusted him.
There were many times that I saw Amanda sitting behind him, hugging him, or giving him like a neck massage or whatever.
Bynes didn't comment on the series or the allegations, instead choosing to focus on herself, a move no one can blame her for. Drake Bell. A prominent figure in the Quiet on Set documentary, Bell's interview became a major focal point of the exposé. Interestingly, because of his status as both the abused and the abuser.
Is this my fault? Why did this happen to me? What was taken away from me? Am I going to be desired
And this tragic story can be traced back to The Amanda Show. Apart from Bynes herself, Bell made the most appearances in the series. He's remembered mostly for his character acting, like Totally Kyle,
Totally!
Enos, and Tony Pajamas.
What's that
For being an idiot!
for?
Bell's chemistry with co-star Josh Peck even earned the duo a successful spin-off, Drake and Josh, which lasted 4 seasons. He scored a number of roles in both film and TV, but bookings began to slow down in roughly 2018. Like Bynes, Bell found himself in legal trouble when a 2021 child endangerment case was brought against him. He pleaded guilty and served probation, but spoke out that he took a plea deal because he, quote, felt that this was the best way to get over this quickly and for everyone involved to be able to move on.
The media grabbed a hold of so much misinformation, and it absolutely destroyed me.
In Quiet on Set, Bell relives his harrowing experiences when the cameras weren't rolling, pointing the finger at dialogue coach Brian Peck for repeatedly assaulting him.
He had pretty much worked his way into every aspect of my life.
He also opens up about seeking help for substance abuse.
There was definitely a slow decline in my mental health and sobriety. I mean, DUIs. I was lost.
Bell recalls the publicity being a, quote, roller coaster experience and received a mixed but mostly positive reception. Today, he's taking time out of the spotlight to continue to clean up his image and reflect. He's a father to 1 and released a new album in 2024.
I know I was wrong, but I'm bound to make it right.
In March of 2025, he appeared on Josh Peck's Good Guys podcast to discuss their history as friends and actors.
Like, our timing? Like, that's the magic that, like, people don't get. It's like, oh, just put put 2 guys together and they'll be funny or whatever. And it was like those, wow, am I tearing up right now?
I know, I am too, kind of.
It was their first time reuniting since the Bombshell documentary.
At 14, I remember going, this relationship's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Josh Peck. Fortunately, Peck managed to dodge a lot of the turmoil and public meltdowns that come with child stardom. He's been sober since 2008 and married his longtime girlfriend in 2017.
This is what you do when you're really in love. You get married and then you drive your bride to In-N-Out and you get
grilled cheese.
The pair has 2 kids, with a 3rd on the way. Peck did snub Bell on the wedding invite, and their tension made for some small headlines. He explained that the two had fallen out of contact, and Peck's lengthy filmography could be partially to blame.
I knew that Drake and I didn't stay in touch for the 10 years since we had made the show, so I didn't invite him to my wedding because I hadn't really talked to him in many, many years.
While he mostly played beside Bell throughout his early career, including The Amanda Show, he'd go on to establish himself as a formidable star.
Can we have asked for a better day, ladies?
Oh, shit.
Ever the optimist, eh? You live in paradise. Every day's a gift, right?
Peck recently landed a role in the epic summer blockbuster Oppenheimer and will return as the voice of Eddie in the 2026 film Ice Age 6.
Crash and Eddie reporting for duty. What?
After making a number of appearances in David Dobrik's Vlog Squad, he splintered off to embellish his own social media presence. Today, he helms a number of podcasts and released a memoir in 2022. Raquel Lee. Peck was actually the replacement for Lee, who was removed from The Amanda Show after the first season. In a number of social media posts, Lee describes the heartbreak of being relegated to a guest appearance spot before being terminated.
That TV show is actually the show that changed the complete trajectory of my life, because I want to say that that was the first heartbreak that I actually experienced as an actress, as a child actress.
She did participate in Quiet on Set. However, she's since blasted the production team for failing to invite her to a follow-up panel in LA.
Quiet on Set, they did the same thing that the industry always does. They get what they want from you, and then they're done. Never did they think that I would want to be at a discussion like that or a part of a discussion like that. Like, really?
She recalls feeling used and was never fully briefed on what the docuseries was even about. The entire ordeal left such a bad taste in her mouth that she went public to declare she'd be quitting the industry.
I can't do it anymore. I've given it all I can. I don't have nothing else. The show, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to get back to my family, my businesses. That's what I'm focused on, because this industry, y'all can have it.
After The Amanda Show, she landed a few small roles, mostly regarded for her voice acting in The Proud Family, which was the first animated Disney Channel show to center around Black characters.
All we have to do is pull this lever and La Cienaga's cheerleading career will be La history.
Given that she's since departed from the acting world, Lee is now focused on her family and her businesses, which includes the recent launch of a hair care line.
Matisse Natura is more than a brand. It's a movement for a new generation of curls.
Nancy Sullivan. Billed as a main cast member in season 1, and then recurring in later seasons, Sullivan often portrayed motherly figures in the Amanda Show sketches.
Hi, sweetie. I'm home from the supermarket.
She went on to play Belle's mother in Drake and Josh, sharing the spotlight with him for many years.
Megan, did you help the boys with the baby?
In light of Belle's allegations against Brian Peck, Sullivan has voiced support for the actor on her social media pages. While she's had several minor roles since filming those hit series, Sullivan has been dedicating most of her time as a vocal coach and animation teacher.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
John Kassir. Another top-billed star in the first season, Kassir was similarly cast as a fatherly figure on The Amanda Show.
This is better!
Much better! Oh yeah?
He exited after the first season, with the series serving as only a small blip on his mammoth filmography. By far the most decorated of all the Amanda Show's main cast, Kassir has a handful of other live-action performances under his belt, plus some theater cred. But he's largely made his name as a voice actor, and his most well-known role might surprise you.
It's me, the Crypt Keeper, with another flesh-creeping scream story for your shivering pleasure.
In 2016, he voiced the dragon in the Disney live-action remake Pete's Dragon. Additionally, he's provided the vocal effects for a number of big films like The Grinch, The Smurfs, and The Secret Life of Pets.
Sound the alarm, crazy!
You might also remember him as Ray Rocket in the smash hit Nicktoon Rocket Power.
Do you mean what I think you mean?
We sure do, Dad.
In that case, hold on to your seatbelts. It's Barbecue City, baby!
Today, a quick gander at Kassir's social media pages proves his affinity for the Crypt Keeper, as the character is firmly cemented as a legend of horror history.
It's your old pal, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper.
Kassir's still taking small roles in a number of projects, so his impressive career shows no signs of slowing down. For such a beloved children's show, it's a shame the legacy of The Amanda Show has become so dark. While it created so many lasting memories for 90s kids, it's also tainted by the derailment of a number of careers.
For me, looking back at The Amanda Show is really a kind of sad and strange experience. Knowing that as years went on, Amanda and Dan's relationship would take a turn for the worse.
Today, the final word belongs to the victims of the set's dark truths. And with that, court's dismissed.
Bring the dancing lobsters!
Which Nickelodeon child stars are you still keeping up with? Be on the lookout for an upcoming MsMojo video on some of the most promising young Nick actors you forgot about.